Hey, good evening, folks. Welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic Live. I'm your host, Neil Johnson. Excited to be with you, excited to share the news with you. Please do smash that like as you come in. Chat in with where you're from. Yes, no light tapping on the like button. You hit that thumbs up like you mean it. Bam, there we go. I got this thing paused.
The cannabis industry has surpassed.
There it is. So I always try to keep the chat open on YouTube, but then it always starts playing the video. So anyways, I got that resolved, and look at that. There's 36 smiling faces on already. And who is on tonight? We've got GA Bunny. It's 11 p.m. Eastern time. All right. Well, it's only 10 o'clock Central, so I figure, come on, man, my sleeping pills are kicking in, Neil. Oh, my. Well, Michelle from Duluth is on. American Made from Missouri. We've got Ed Yeager on from Mars. Yeah, right. I don't have anybody tuning in from Mars. Elon Musk hasn't built his stuff out to Mars. Agent Orange from Wisconsin is here. It's good we got somebody to mod this place. All right, well, let's get this thing rolling here. I'm going to share an absolutely hilarious video to get things rolling tonight. This is funny. I don't know who did this, but I found this on X or Twitter. Okay, here we go.
Comes the real First Lady, Melania Trump, looking beautiful, as always. And here comes Big Mike. What are you hiding under that dress, Big Mike? Laura Bush. Nobody cares about Laura Bush. And here comes Hillary Clinton. Epstein didn't do it, by the way. Here's Bill Clinton. Didn't bring Monica today. And Jill Biden. First time she's not wearing drapes. And Joe Biden, let me tell you something about Joe Biden. Joe Biden.
Somebody from Montana is on. John, good to see you. That's your humor to open you up with tonight. So I couldn't help myself. I found that and I had to play it for you guys. But it's kind of interesting. The political winds are shifting out there right now. So we have a situation where Bill Mitchell, you don't know who Bill Mitchell is? I don't really know why he's so important, but he's got a bunch of followers on X and he's been a big DeSantis backer. He's a conservative of some sort. And he is passing out the olive branch right now. I think a lot of them are as they begin to see the coming reality that, yes, we are going to have a Trump as the nominee for presidency. And that's what's going to happen. And so now they're starting to throw out the olive branch. But what's really interesting, and I know it's kind of a sideshow, but I've been interested in it because it's getting absolutely savage, is the fight for second, people. So I pulled some funny clips and also a campaign ad that's going to blow your ever-loving mind. It's getting nasty between Haley and DeSantis. So we're going to have some fun tonight with that. But I also have some very serious news. And I think do you guys want fun or serious first? Which would you prefer? Because this is it. It's a representative republic, my friends. This is not a dictatorship. You get to choose fun or hard news, fun or serious. What do you want? So anyways, we're going to see here, though, that people are definitely, oh, look at this. See, no one can agree. See, then I'm going to have to make the serious. We got fun, serious first. See, it's 50-50. That's just so funny. I love it. Okay, I'm going to mix this up then. So here, I will give you the serious Bill Mitchell. Well, here, actually, no, I'm going to skip ahead to Chuck Todd. I'm going to give you a reminder, people, of what we are actually fighting against. I'm going to give you a reminder of just how bad it was. And then I'm going to show you how the censorship industrial complex is gearing up. So let's watch this.
Get vaccinated. If you know someone who's not vaccinated, find a way to convince them to get vaccinated. Literally, the only people dying are the unvaccinated. And for those of you spreading misinformation, shame on you. Shame on you. People are needlessly dying because of your misinformation. Think about it. I don't know how some of you sleep at night who are doing this for a living.
Okay. Chuck, I'm gonna tell you how I sleep so well. You guys in the chat, you probably know how I sleep so well. I have a Mamai pillow, folks. I have a Mamai pillow, and I even have my towels. These things are so soft. I could use these as a pillow, man. I'm telling you. And if you go to mypillow.com, Chuck Todd, he needs to go. Maybe people, you know, you need to do. You need to buy Chuck Todd a travel pillow and ship it to him. Use promo code Lumberjack for big savings. Anyway, it's just ridiculous. Oh, Chuck Todd. But I'm going to show you just what. Do you guys remember Representative Goldman, the guy who wanted to eliminate Trump? Yeah, he was doing congressional testimony the other day. And I don't know if any of you caught this, but I'm going to play this for you and you're going to see what he had to say.
The Hunter Biden laptop and how the FBI knew it existed. You are aware, of course, that the laptop, so to speak, that was published in the New York Post was actually a hard drive that the New York Post admitted here was not authenticated as real. It was not the laptop the FBI had. You're aware of that, right?
It was the same contents.
How do you know?
Because
Okay. So Schellenberger's in the testimony. He's just shocked. But watch this. Schellenberger roasts him. This Goldman is so criking, what's the word I'm looking for? Desperate. He's so desperate. You know, it's not the actual laptop. It was a hard drive with a copy of the laptop that came from the computer shop, and it's all authenticated, people.
because it's the same. I mean, it's,
You would have to
CBS News says
authenticate
everyone's
it to know
verified
it
it's
was the same
contents.
contents. You have no idea.
He thinks he's got the upper hand here. Look at him. Look at this guy. This is
Yeah, you know
Are
hard drives
suggesting
can
that it's
be
a conspiracy?
manipulated.
Are you suggesting the New York Post could participate in a conspiracy to construct the contents of the Hunter Biden laptop?
No, sir. The problem is that hard drives can be manipulated by Rudy Giuliani or Russia.
What's the evidence that that happened?
Well, there is actual evidence of it, but the point is it's
There's
not
no
the same
evidence for
thing.
it, so you're engaging in a conspiracy.
I'm glad you
theory.
agree with me, Mr. Schellenberger, that transparency is the most important thing. And my last question for you.
okay. These people are so desperate. Do you see this? He is so desperate. Smash that like if you would. Let's get some more people on the stream. But look at how desperate the guy is. He's cooked up a conspiracy, and when Schellenberger calls him out on it, this guy is so petulant. I mean, we need to eliminate Trump. Unbelievable. This guy sucks.
Do you think it would be transparent if Hunter Biden came to this Congress and testified in a public hearing, and more transparent than if he testified privately?
I mean, literally, I've never thought about that. I have no idea.
You don't
I've
know?
literally never thought about
Is
that.
public testimony more
I mean, this is
transparent than
random
private testimony?
hour here. Are you familiar with the First
Mr.
Amendment?
Chairman, I
It
yield
says that
back.
the Congress shall take no action to abridge freedom of speech.
Yeah,
And that's
and-
what you just described.
Mr. Schellenberger, is 13% censorship still censorship?
Absolutely.
And the other 87% is what we call the chilling effect that the courts have long recognized that they engaged in.
You have
That
to-
is the problem.
There's a by the way, part of the operation, Congressman
Holy
Goldman,
cow.
part of the operation was to change the terms of service. So you see them constantly trying to change the terms of service. You see them, it was 35% of the URLs that were, this according to EIP, were labeled, removed, or soft blocked. That's all forms of censorship. That censorship is not just removal.
Gentlelady
But
from-
65% were not.
Oh my gosh. Did you people hear that? He's like, yeah, but 65% were not. 65%. So 2/3 were not. And 1/3 was. And that makes it okay. This guy's a freaking Looney Tune nut bin, man. Back to
The government be
So
coercive.
does the
that
First
they were-
Amendment
I think
say
that's
that the
about par
government
for the
can
course
only-
on government
Does the First
efficiency.
Amendment say the government can censor
Time of the
35%?
gentleman has
They're not
expired.
censoring. They're flagging in the social
Chair
media
recognizes
companies.
the
Under
social media-
coercion.
35% of a First
Chair-
Amendment, or
Chair
It's not the
recognizes-
First Amendment. It's the terms of service, as you said, and they are flagging it for the social media companies to make their own decisions. That is not the First Amendment. That is the terms of service.
We have just seen the
Congressman, you're an attorney. You know that 4 federal judges have already ruled that.
And I know that it's on appeal in front of the Supreme Court right now.
I mean, talk about the most embarrassing display I've seen of someone being an absolute moron. I mean, can you believe it? Oh, well, 35. Oh, it's only 35% censorship. It's only 35% infringement on the First Amendment. That makes it okay. It's kind of, I mean, what do you even say to that? That's why Schellenberger's just over there laughing. He doesn't even know how that works. And so what, 35%? Yeah, apparently, like, that's a good thing. Exactly, Patty. So here's the thing. My audience, of course, is smart enough because you guys have seen me cover the Missouri versus Biden case to know that the terms of service were changed at the behest of the government. The social media companies, it wasn't like just some arbitrary, oh, we're going to change the terms of service. No, the government was pressuring them to do so. The government was pressuring them to censor. And that's all in there. That's all in the discovery emails from Missouri versus Biden. Anyways, we move on. Check this out. Give you something else crazy. Wait, this is President Trump. He is sitting with what's her name, Kristen Welker, that gal from NBC, and this is from long ago. But watch this in light of the news that happened here lately.
Flat, and the police commissioner was very nasty about it to her, and he testified. And here's what happened.
Okay, he said what he's referring to here is he said they turned it down. Nancy turned it down flat. He's talking about the additional National Guard troops. Okay,
the January 6th unselect committee of thugs and horrible people, the unselect committee destroyed all the evidence.
They say they didn't do that. We did ask them. We did ask the January 6th committee.
Well, okay. So here you go. Kristen, she's done the hard work of a journalist. She asked the January 6th unselect committee. She asked them. And, whatever they say is obviously right because they didn't get right on a darn thing over the last some years. But hey, Kirsten, yeah, that's right. Glad you asked them.
And now they said they destroyed and deleted most of the evidence.
They say some of the evidence is still under review. I want to know what.
Wait.
I want to know about your perspective, Mr. President.
Kristen,
I want to.
They put out an announcement that they destroyed the evidence, and they destroyed all the stuff having to do with Nancy Pelosi, and they wouldn't let her testify. We said, why isn't she testifying? It was a whole rigged deal. Why isn't she testifying? I offered them 10,000 soldiers. She turned them.
I want.
Okay, did you guys catch this? I'm going to go right back here. I want you. I think it's right about
an announcement that they destroyed the evidence, and they destroyed all the stuff having to do with Nancy Pelosi, and they wouldn't let her testify.
People, do you guys realize that Benny Thompson just admitted to that this week because they were subpoenaed for that? And they're like, oh, well, we didn't keep it. It's all destroyed. So Trump is telling Kristen or whatever, Welker, whatever. Anyways, I don't know. Is it Kirsten or Kristen Welker? I can't ever remember. I mean, it's the same gal who moderated the debate. I mean, these people are just, I don't pay too much attention to their names because they just drive me nuts. I'm sorry. It's just a thing with me. Anyways, but yeah, so that's what Benny Thompson said that. I mean, they have nothing to turn over to him. Kirsten, it is Kirsten. Yeah. Anyhow, yeah. So she's Trump was right again. Let's chalk this up. But here, folks, let's talk about the fight for second place. And we're going to bring on good old Nikki Haley first. And so here's the thing. You need to understand that Nikki Haley has spent zero money on attack ads against Trump, although she's included attacks in her ads on Trump on her attack ads against Ron DeSantis. But she seems to be a little tepid here. And you know what? I'll give Chris Christie this. He's right. They're not in the fight because they're not attacking the person who's in first place. He commented on that. And, he's a big fat blowhard, but nonetheless, he's correct about this because they're just going back and forth after each other in the fight for second. So we're going to play this right now.
Right. And so Donald Trump is one of them. And his spokesperson said this, that Americans for Prosperity has already lit millions of dollars on fire this primary, only to watch President Donald Trump's lead grow. No amount of money can break the bond President Trump has with voters. He kept his promises. And Chris Christie said about you that she should either run against Trump or don't run against Trump. If you're running for second place, tell everyone you're running for second place. Know that you're not running for second place. That's what you say. How do you respond to two of these competitors who think that you are not the one to take on Trump mano a mano?
Okay, so this reminds me, you're not running for second place. This reminds me of the debate between Gavin Newsom and Ron DeSantis, where Newsom came out and said, neither one of us will be running for president.
I don't play for second. I never have. I'm not going to do it now. You know, we are now in second place in Iowa, second place in New Hampshire, and second place in South Carolina. We've got one more fella to catch up to, and the momentum is growing. We can feel it on the ground here in New Hampshire. We can feel it in Iowa, and we're going to keep working. I think, look, President Trump would have loved to have AFP's endorsement. Everybody wants the largest conservative grassroots organization in America. That's millions of people on the ground in all of the early states that want to see a change in our country. And so I think President Trump would have loved to have that endorsement. I think with Chris Christie saying that, I am running against President Trump. I'm waiting for him to get on a debate stage. He can't keep hiding the way he's hiding. He can't start acting like President Biden. He needs to get on the debate stage. He needs to confront us. He needs to let us, talk about the differences and go forward. But the truth is,
this is hilarious because she's so desperate. She's so desperate. Look at her. She just reeks of desperation. Dick Cheney in 3-inch heels right here. I'm telling you what, people, I don't care what you think of Ron DeSantis. He's a much better choice than this woman. This woman is crazy, and I'm serious. I mean, I can show you some things on her tonight.
You have to face facts. I think President Trump was the right president at the right time. I agree with a lot of his policies. But the truth of everything is, rightly or wrongly, chaos follows him. Chaos follows him. Everybody knows that. And with our
Okay, so what she's saying here is just because DC has chaos because of Trump, well, I don't know that Trump is the chaos. I think DC is the chaos. And the fact that Trump is a wrecking ball, which is what we need right now, because DC needs to. DC is chaos that's covered. It's covered chaos.
Country divided and the world on fire.
But
we
Governor,
can't
it does
live
seem
in
that
chaos
people
anymore.
like that. It does seem that enough Republicans like that. If he's 40 points ahead in some of these polls, then maybe the chaos was okay for those voters, at least in the primary.
It's for me.
On the ground, nobody wants the chaos. And I'll tell you, I think everybody looks at national polls. You need to look at the polls in Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina. They're the ones that are getting ready for an election. They go to vote in less than 50 days. They don't want chaos. They want action. And they look at the fact that we've got to get this country back on track, and they're ready to see a new generational leader do that. And I'm going to do that for them.
Wish we had more time, so coming back soon.
I bet they wish they had more time because everybody loves Nikki Haley, man. I'm telling you, she's gonna lose bad. Okay, wait till you see this ad though I've got. But first I got to play the Ron DeSantis clip. But this ad is hot.
And has turned her sights on DeSantis. According to one top campaign finance expert, her super PAC has spent $3.6 million against the Florida governor. That's $25,000 only against Biden and against Trump.
Okay, wait. While this is going on, people, I'd like you to give me in the chat. I'm just curious as to my audience's thoughts. Who gets the number 2 spot? Do you think like number 2 at these first 3 primaries, Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, is going to be DeSantis or Haley? Who's second place? Just type it, name in the chat. As this video plays, I'm going to count these up.
She spent 0. Now, as I've said for months, there's Trump. And then there's everyone else. But there's the battle for number 2, and that's between DeSantis and Haley. That's why I offered to host a debate between the two on The Angle. Only one, Governor DeSantis, has responded, and he accepted. He joins me now. Governor, good to see you tonight. Why do you think Nikki Haley has not responded yet?
Well, she probably wouldn't like what the debate would be about. I mean, I think she has taken very, very establishment-oriented positions. We know she had the social media proposal to force everybody to give their names, which we know would be weaponized against conservatives. Anybody that's been alive for the last 3 or 4 years knows how that censorship regime works. She's also said no limits on immigration, that CEOs should determine our immigration policy. No, I think immigration policy should be what's in the best interest of the American people and American workers. She also took the side of Disney against the state of Florida and against us protecting our kids. We had a debate about making sure that our young kids in elementary school were not subjected to sexualized curriculum and transgender ideology. We were right to stand with the kids. Of course, she sided with the corporation. So I think she's just fundamentally out of step with Republican voters. I think she's relying on liberal media to prop her up. But I'm game for the debate. I'll debate any of these folks. I think that's what it's all about.
Ron's so desperate for time he'll debate Gavin Newsom. Okay, but Ron DeSantis is doing the Lord's work on some of his attack ads on Nikki Haley. I'm going to just say it because I'm telling you. I mean, heaven forbid, like I don't know, something happened to Trump. I mean, I would not want Nikki. I would seriously not want Nikki Haley. And so check this ad that DeSantis campaign ran against Nikki Haley. This is a home run.
Know her as Crooked Hillary, but to Nikki Haley, she's her role model, the reason she ran for office.
I often say that the reason I got into politics was because of Hillary Clinton.
She said, and that's the reason you absolutely have to. And I walked out of there and I said, I'm running for office.
Hillary Clinton is actually the reason.
You write about her being a big inspiration for you in terms of a leader.
She is actually the reason that I made the jump.
Fight Right Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I love it. They throw in Clinton's laugh. It just sounds so evil. What a well done ad. I just love it. I absolutely love it. Okay. Hey, I couldn't even count. You guys were typing the answers so fast, but Ron won the poll here on number 2 by it wasn't even close. Nikki Haley. I saw some comments, so some people thought they needed a Hillary Clinton clone, and there's the ad for it. But so they're starting to throw out the olive branch to the Trump people right now, and Bill Mitchell is leading this charge. And just watch this video, man. This is funny stuff. I mean, this is so funny to me. Maybe it's not as funny to you, but this is funny.
So when we do choose our nominee, I changed my name to Bill the United because I want us to be able to put down our differences and come together. So I'm offering the fig leaf now. I know that I've been hard on the Trump camp. I've been hard on the Trump people. As far as, really going after, hardcore going after Trump, not going to do that anymore. Not going to do that anymore. And for anybody in the, MAGA Nation that felt like I was, that I personally insulted them, I apologize. I want to mend fences with you guys, because at the end of the day, we are going to all have to come together. That's why I have changed my name to Bill the Uniter, because while I am still 100% in the DeSantis camp, and I believe very strongly he will be the nominee, I believe it will be a tragedy if we miss that opportunity. I also want to be more of a pleasant fellow and more of a uniter with those who support other candidates, because I know, hey, you know what? If you love Trump, you love Trump. You feel like he was the one that brought you to the party. You feel like he was the original MAGA guy, the original America First guy. You feel like he was robbed in 2020. You feel like he's been the victim of lawfare with all these indictments. I get it. I understand. I've been where you are. So I want to get along better with you guys. I want to get along better with everybody. God bless everybody. Thank you so much for praying for me. I'm definitely on the mend. You may notice I grew a beard because I was lazy in the hospital. And now that I'm out, I'm also being lazy because it's great not having to shave. So hopefully this isn't too troubling for anybody. So, but anyway, that's it. Love you guys and have a great night. And we'll talk to you soon.
Why is that so funny to me? I mean, I'm glad. Actually, I'm glad the guy comes around, and I'm glad, he feels like, hey, if I'm sorry. I just think it's so funny. I mean, oh my gosh, I think it's so funny. All right, hey, for Nikki here, I've got a message for her, from General Flynn. Oh, wait, people, did you guys see this? This is big. Ron got Jenna's endorsement. Oh, that's the kiss of death right there. Okay. Wait, no, I got to skip ahead here. So General Mike Flynn said, this was to Nikki Haley. She said, "Mark my words, those who would abandon Ukraine today are at the risk of abandoning Israel tomorrow. They have lost sight of who our friends are, who our enemies are, who is good and who is evil." Are you kidding me? You really think it's that simple, Nikki? I mean, you think Zelensky's like the good guy? Come on. This is not who you want in the Oval Office. General Mike Flynn responds to her, "You speak of wars as though you know them personally. You do not. The day you do is the day you'll realize you've been wrong on most issues, especially Ukraine. Stop promoting something you don't understand and start promoting how we can fix America first. Endless wars cost trillions, kill millions, and make people like yourself billions. Time to follow Mike Pence off the stage. Well summed up there by General Flynn. But here I got to show you guys like one of the best things I've seen on Twitter lately, and it just came across today. So, voting from the grave. This is Mildred Aaron. Mildred was given credit for voting in Fulton County general election last month. Find her here. mvp.sos.ga. Okay. Voting history here. Okay. And you can go to Find Grave to find her grave. So here, she's been dead since 2012, people, and she voted, right? But check this out. Somebody responds, Gabriel Sterling, are you standing by your statement that Georgia has the cleanest voter rolls in the country? This happened in the latest election in Fulton. What have you and Georgia's Secretary of State done to keep this from happening next election? Gabriel responds, yes, the issues in Fulton were related to redistricting issues at the city level. Okay, that he literally responded with that. Yes. Okay. The issues at Fulton County were related to redistricting issues at the city level. So here we go. Gabe, help me understand. Are you saying that somehow when she died in Roswell and her body was moved to Florida that her soul wasn't redistricted properly and somehow left behind where she could vote 11 years later? We must now redistrict the dead. You made my day, Gabe. LOL. Is that like the guy? Did the guy just win the internet? I mean, seriously, give me a hand clap in the chat if you think that guy just won the internet, because I think he did. I think he just won it. Oh gosh. Oh, let's see. Oh, well, is this guy just spamming our chat? Marcos Chaz here. What? He's gone. Just a spammer. My gosh. I mean, no, he's out. Marcos Chaz is out. All right. That's ridiculous. I don't like it when people just spam the chat. If they have I have no problem with people asking questions in the chat, but trying to then, take it over. Yeah. See, clap. You guys get it. Okay. Let me see. I gotta mention something here too quick because I got this new sponsor, folks. Midas Gold Group. MidasGoldGroup.com. Text Lumberjack to 232-425 to receive free silver with a qualified order, or call 480-360-3000. It's Midas Gold Group. Here, I gotta bring in some more stuff here. We're gonna stop this screen share, and now I'm going to bring in my other item here. I wish I had a producer. Wouldn't that be fun if I just had a producer? Okay. Here we go. And now I don't I can't share two screens on StreamYard and then go back and forth between them. So there you go. There's the website for Midas Gold Group. MidasGoldGroup.com, 480-360-3000. And they do support veteran causes by pledging a portion because they are veterans. They're actually military veterans who own the company, and you don't talk to commissioned salespeople. You talk to veteran owners at Midas Gold Group. So obviously, you guys know I've done shows long before I ever had a sponsor about gold and silver, and I'm a big believer in it. It's my apocalypse scenario, so I have a method of trade. But check this out of Zero Hedge. For those who do follow the economy, I thought this would be something good for you to know. Gold spikes to record high over $2,130. Bitcoin stars above 40,000 as market calls Powell's bluff. So for those who don't know, Chairman Powell failed to hammer the hawkish case in his fireside chat with stocks eager to take out 2023 highs. We said that Powell has a big problem on his hands, not so much because of the market was indeed correct about imminent easing that only assures that inflation will come back with a vengeance, and Powell would indeed be the second coming of a former Fed chair, only Burns, not Victor. Okay. I want to bring you down to right here. So look at this. Check this spike out. It's all too real because suddenly everything that is non-printable is soaring. Silver soared too, starting with gold, which has exploded as much as $60, spiking to a new all-time high of 2,135, and then it goes on to Bitcoin and so on. So I just want to mention that So if you are looking at those, they are high right now, but I don't know how that works in terms of going lower. So that's MidasGoldGroup.com. All right, so I'm going to pull that out and I'm going to bring you into here. So check this out. Nikki Haley. You want to know just how bad she is? This out of Loomered. This is Laura Loomer again. Exclusive. Nikki Haley's presidential bid is funded by radical leftist donors who backed Hillary Clinton in 2016. As the establishment wing of the Republican Party has tried so desperately to take away the 2024 Republican nomination for the president of the United States from Trump, many candidates have found themselves then out of favor with the establishment donor wing of the party. For a while, maybe 2 weeks, absentee Florida Governor Ron DeSantis was the chosen one selected by Murdoch's Fox News as their candidate to take on the Trump in the primaries. Needless to say, DeSantis' plan failed miserably. Absentee governor trails Trump in every single state. Okay, but the problem is South Carolina Senator Tim Scott has dropped out of the race. Chris Christie can barely get out of a chair. And now they're putting all their anti-Trump chips in George Bush in heels. I call her Dick Cheney in heels, Nikki Haley. Haley has many avenues by which she is currently raising money for a presidential run. The main four sources of these donations are two PACs, one called Team Stand for America, another Stand for America PAC. Haley also fundraises through her campaign account, Nikki Haley for President, Inc. An examination of her donors, especially those who've donated to Nikki Haley for President, Inc., some of her top financial supporters are the most rabid elements of the radical left. So check it out. There you go. So, and here's the amounts. They're just fantastic amounts. One of these donors is a man called Elliot Badzin. Okay. Badzin is the owner of Factory Motor Parts, and his wife, Marlis Badzin, owns a shoe company called Pumps and Company. The Badzins have donated over $159,000 to Haley this cycle alone. So you can see all the evidence. She's got that all documented. You can go check that out more in greater detail. I just want to get that out to you. But here's the kiss of death for Nikki Haley. This is actually going to do her in. Former House Speaker Paul Ryan. Nikki Haley is the most appealing general election candidate we've got. This is the guy who will not show up at the Republican convention if Donald Trump is the nominee. So there you've got that. And let's see, was there anything else I want to get in on here? No, that then I'm going to cover on something else. So folks, I think I've got it done here. I think we have completed the live stream. Again, MidasGoldGroup.com. You can text Lumberjack to 232-425 to receive free silver with qualified order. One way that I've done it, just so you guys understand my philosophy on this, since I think of this as it's like my stopgap, I buy junk silver. Junk silver is simply old silver dollars or old quarters that were made of silver, or some of the half dollars that were made of silver, dimes that were made of silver. I buy those coins that are old. They're called junk because they're not in, the fine shape. They're not numismatic, fine collectible coins. But then I have these different denominations, so that if we ever do go back to a silver or gold-based society in some sort of dystopian world, I'm not only seeing the relative gains of silver and gold due to inflation, but I also have something to trade with. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. A lot of people like gold IRAs and all that kind of stuff, but that's one of the things that I do. So does that make sense to everybody? So that's just what I do. It's not what you have to do, but it is what I do. So that's Midas Gold Group. And then of course, you got Mike Lindell. Nobody's fought harder for election integrity than Mike Lindell. Absolutely no one. And this is how we can sleep good at night when people, I gotta do this again.
Please get vaccinated. If you know someone who's not vaccinated, find a way to convince them to get vaccinated. Literally, the only people dying are the unvaccinated. And for those of you spreading misinformation, shame on you. Shame on you. People are needlessly dying because of your misinformation. Think about it. I don't know how some of you sleep at night who are doing this for a living.
Oh, Chuck, baby. I'm sleeping fine. I'm on my pillow. I'm sorry, I can't. These people. These people drive me nuts. They really do. I mean, here I am laughing about it. I know, but they do drive me nuts. But I love my audience. I love you folks. Thank you so much. Actually, since mypillow.com is what we call like an affiliate program, commission off the sales. It was actually a good week of My Pillow last week. So for everybody who did go buy some My Pillow products for Christmas, I do thank you. Seriously, it means a lot. Especially with everything that's happened on YouTube over the years. Thank you. So, I'll not comply either, Luella. I have no time to comply. None. The whole point is to bolster your local economy with silver. That's another way of looking at it too, Dan. I mean, some people just want to trade in silver. So anyhow, yeah. Oh, by the way, these are not lumpy pillows. Lumpy pillows. Now you're an a-hole. You can kiss my. That's one of my favorites, man. Mike Liddell going off on that lawyer in the deposition. Yeah, because it is real currency. Exactly. So anyways, I'm a fan. If you guys, some people say, I can't afford it. Well, you can always just buy a little each month. And that's, like a lot of things. That's like, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? How are we going to take back our elections one bite at a time? How are we going to do anything, people? It's just small steps. Keep moving it forward. So anyways, thanks so much for listening to another edition of Lumberjack Logic. Love you folks. All right. Get a good night's sleep. Peace out.